Hello and welcome, dear viewers. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every single breath we take, air pollution. But this isn't just about smoggy skies or traffic fumes. No, we're going deeper. From the invisible threats to your lungs and heart, to the devastating effects on our planet's ecosystems, this video will explore air pollution from both a medical and an ecological perspective. So if you care about your health, your children's future, or simply want to understand what's happening to the air around you, don't scroll away. Stay with us until the end, because these facts may change the way you see the world and maybe even save lives. Air pollution, medical and ecological perspective. 1. What is air pollution? Air pollution refers to the presence of harmful substances in the air, whether chemical, physical, or biological, that negatively affect human health and the environment. These pollutants can originate from human activities or natural processes. 2. Main air pollutants and their sources. Pollutant source effect. PM 2.5 and PM10 particulate matter vehicles, factories, construction sites, respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Nitrogen oxides, NOx vehicle engines. Power plants irritates lungs and decreases immunity. Sulfur dioxide, so burning coal and all causes respiratory inflammation. Acid rain. Carbon dioxide, CO combustion of fossil fuels, greenhouse gas gives global warming. Methane, CH agriculture. Landfills traps heat, gives climate change. Ground level ozone OV. Reaction of sunlight with NOx and VOCs triggers asthma, coughing, chest pain. 3. Health impacts of air pollution. Respiratory system. Worsens asthma, bronchitis, and COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Reduces lung function, especially in children. PM2. 5 particles penetrate deep into the lungs and impair oxygen exchange. Triggers chronic coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath. B. Cardiovascular system. Increases risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. Promotes blood clotting and inflammation. Alters heart rhythms, arrhythmias. C. Nervous system. Fine particles can cross the blood-brain barrier, linked to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. D. Pregnancy and children. Increases risk of premature birth, low birth weight, and developmental delays. Weakens immune system in children. Higher rates of respiratory infections in infants. E. Eyes, nose, and throat. Causes eye irritation, sore throat, nasal congestion. Triggers allergic rhinitis and chronic pharyngitis. 4. Environmental effects of air pollution. Global warming, COCH, and not trap heat in the atmosphere, gives increases Earth's average temperature. Melts glaciers, raises sea levels, and changes weather patterns. B. Acid rain. So and NOx combine with water vapor to form acidic precipitation. Damages soil, forests, aquatic ecosystems, and buildings. C. Damage to ecosystems. Pollutants enter water bodies, killing fish and aquatic life. Disrupts food chains and reduces biodiversity. D. Impact on plants. Ground level ozone damages plant tissues and reduces crop yield. Slows down photosynthesis, reduces oxygen production. 5. Alarming facts based on WHO data. Around 7 million people die prematurely each year due to air pollution. Over 600,000 of them are children under the age of 5. Air pollution reduces life expectancy by an average of 1.5 years. PM 2.5 is classified as a Group 1 carcinogen by the WHO. 6. How to reduce air pollution. On a personal level, use public transportation, walk, or bike. Switch to energy-efficient appliances. Use electric or hybrid vehicles. Plant trees and support green spaces. On a community government level, enforce strict emission regulations. Promote renewable energy sources, solar, wind, hydro. Monitor industrial pollution with filters and sensors. Educate people on the effects of pollution and ways to reduce it. Final thought. Air pollution is a silent killer that affects every breath we take. It's not just an environmental issue, it's a major public health crisis. Protecting our air is essential for a healthy life, a safe planet, and a sustainable future. Let's act today to breathe better tomorrow. Let's take a closer look at how air pollution specifically harms the human body. What makes it so dangerous is that most of the damage happens silently, often without us realizing it, until it's too late. Here's how. 1. It damages your lungs every single day. Fine particles PM 2.5 are so small. They bypass your nose and throat, reaching deep into the lungs. They cause inflammation, scarring, and narrowing of airways. Over time, this leads to chronic conditions like asthma, bronchitis, and COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Children are especially vulnerable. Air pollution can stunt lung development permanently. 2. It harms your heart and blood vessels. Pollutants trigger systemic inflammation, affecting your entire cardiovascular system. They increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, arrhythmia. Long-term exposure makes arteries stiff and narrow, a silent killer. 3. It affects your brain. Tiny pollutants may cross the blood-brain barrier, leading to memory problems, cognitive decline, greater risk of Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even depression. 4. It puts pregnant women and babies at risk. Exposure to polluted air during pregnancy is linked to premature birth, low birth weight, developmental delays in infants. It may also increase the risk of childhood asthma and autism spectrum disorders. 5. It irritates eyes, throat, and skin. Common symptoms include red or itchy eyes, sore throat, sinus congestion, skin rashes, or eczema flare-ups. 6. Long-term exposure increases your risk of cancer. The World Health Organization classifies PM 2.5 as a group 1 carcinogen, the same category as tobacco smoke and asbestos. It's especially linked to lung cancer, but also possibly bladder and colorectal cancer. In short, air pollution slowly but surely damages nearly every organ in the human body, from the lungs and heart to the brain and unborn children. And the worst part? You can't see it. You can't smell it, but it's there. Every breath you take. That's why fighting air pollution isn't just an environmental mission. It's a human survival mission. 1. Watch for respiratory symptoms. Polluted air first affects the respiratory system. Be alert to the following signs: persistent or dry coughing, shortness of breath or wheezing, tightness or pain in the chest, feeling out of breath with minimal physical effort, voice changes or hoarseness. People with asthma, bronchitis, or COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, are at high risk. They must monitor symptoms and avoid outdoor exposure during peak pollution hours. 2. Monitor heart and circulatory health. Air pollution has been linked to cardiovascular problems. Watch for fluctuating blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, arrhythmia, fatigue or dizziness, sudden chest pain or tightness. Individuals with a history of heart disease should limit outdoor activity, especially during high pollution days, and take medications regularly. 3. Special care for pregnant women and children. Polluted air can negatively affect fetal development and children's immune systems. Pregnant women should spend more time in clean, well-ventilated spaces. In children, be alert to frequent coughing or wheezing, runny nose, eye irritation, decreased energy or difficulty concentrating. Avoid taking children or pregnant women outdoors during peak traffic or pollution hours, usually 7 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 9 p.m. 4. Mental and neurological effects. Toxic air pollutants can affect the brain over time. Symptoms include mood swings or irritability, trouble focusing, headaches, sleep disturbances. People with mentally demanding jobs, teachers, students, IT workers should prioritize breaks in fresh air and minimize stress. 5. Weakened immune system. Chronic exposure to air pollution weakens the immune system. Look out for frequent colds or infections, slow wound healing, increased allergic reactions, general tiredness, or low resistance. Support your immune system with a healthy diet, hydration, vitamins, and fresh air when possible. Protective measures to follow. Situation recommendation. Visible smoke or smog in the air, wear a protective mask, preferably in 95 or PM2.5 rated. Sudden respiratory issues, seek medical help immediately. If pregnant or have chronic illness, stay indoors and use an air purifier. Taking children outdoors, choose early morning or late evening in green areas. Indoors on high pollution days, keep windows closed and purify indoor air. Final thought. Air is silent but essential. If it's polluted, your body is under constant attack. Everyone, especially the vulnerable, must take active steps to protect themselves from the hidden danger of polluted air. In conclusion, air pollution is an invisible yet dangerous threat that we breathe in every single day. It silently harms our lungs, heart, and even our brain. Long-term exposure to polluted air can worsen asthma, trigger heart attacks, and weaken the immune system, especially in children, pregnant women, and the elderly. That's why it's essential to protect ourselves by reducing exposure, using masks on high pollution days, and creating awareness around clean air. Clean air is not a luxury. It's a basic right and a foundation of good health. Let's protect it together. Closing message. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more health-related content. Got questions or personal experiences to share? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay informed, stay protected, and remember, a healthy life begins with the air we breathe. Take care and see you in the next video.